The High Council of Orion. Channeled through Holly Hawkins Marwood. June 30th, 2015.
Greetings, dear ones. We are the High Council of Orion. Today's message might push your buttons just a little bit, for what we're going to say might defy some of the things that you've learned and understood in your lifetime in terms of healing and transformation, and what needs to happen in order for healing and transformation to be part of your life. If you understand that the things that you experience in your life are a vibrational experience that your soul wanted to have. We're not talking about whether or not it was something that from your human perspective felt good or not, but from that soul level perspective, in that flow of your soul's experience, it said yes to what you're experiencing. When you draw your awareness to that fact, if you can take your human emotional component out of it, and be able to say, look at this experience that my soul wanted to have in this lifetime, in this dimension, with these other beings who are souls as well. It gives you a little bit of a distance from that experience to not take it quite so personally. You could say, well, it's here for my growth, and it's here for my change, and it's here for all of my transformation, and yet, that doesn't always help you feel better thinking this is a growth opportunity. For that growth opportunity could come with a lot of pain. Now many of you feel that you need to go in and look at all of these experiences you've had, particularly the ones you had when you were younger, and heal them and forgive them, and there are multiple layers of healing and forgiveness, are there not? Sometimes, for many of you, it feels like there is an endless number of layers and forgiveness and transformation that need to happen around even one simple event. If you look at that initial event, whatever it is that you're trying to heal from, as a vibrational being, and you could even look at it as a piece of vibrational luggage that you're carrying around with you. Yes, I had this experience. Yes, it has defined me in a certain way, and I've responded to it and life in a certain way, because I've carried this piece of luggage, because this luggage has been part of my experience. Now this is where what we're saying is perhaps going to get a little challenging for some of you. Changing your experience of life is as simple as deciding that you can put that piece of luggage down. Now you would say, but no. These things happen to me. I can't ever forget. I can't ever let it go. We would say to you, if you are holding a piece of luggage and said, wow, this is heavy. We would say to you, all you need to do is open your hand and drop that piece of luggage on the ground, and you would be free. That would make sense to you from a human and a physical experience. If you're holding a piece of luggage and it's heavy, if you open your hand and put it down, you're freed from that burden. Are you not? We would say to you that some of the things that you feel that you keep needing to heal and it feels like it's never done is literally as simple as opening your hand and putting that luggage down. For what if you thought about that wounding experience, that big thing that you can't forgive other people for? What if you decide it happened, and now I'm going to just decide that I can move forward and be okay whether or not I have all the understanding, and I've forgiven everyone involved, and I know all the past life issues around it, and I've beaten myself up over karma around all of it? What if you said, I'm just done with it as an energetic experience, and I'm going to choose that it not define my life anymore? As you do that, you're beginning to choose the new vibrational reality that doesn't include the luggage. For some of you, you're going to hear this and the light bulbs are going to go off, and you're going to say, oh my gosh, that is so simple. Why didn't I think of that? I'm going to decide, not that it never happened, but it doesn't need to define me anymore. Maybe I can free myself from my need and my addiction to keep finding an answer to it. Because there's certain things in this dimension that your soul has chosen that you're not going to necessarily have an answer for, that's going to satisfy you to decide let it go. So you could just, in a sense, energetically walk away from it and say that happened. I don't understand it, and yet, at the same time, even though I don't understand it, I'm not going to let it define me anymore. For if you're always waiting for understanding to decide to change your vibrational reality, your vibrational experience of life, that would have already happened. For you've had multiple experiences, on multiple levels of understanding, through all your healing experiences, and yet that understanding and that information has not always been enough for you to decide to let the luggage go. If you can emotionally disengage with it enough to say my soul wanted that experience. I don't need to understand all the reasons why. I don't need to, with the human mind and the human emotional field, need to keep striving to make it right in my human experience. I can just say, wow, look at that experience that my soul chose to have, and I'm now going to decide I don't need every single answer to free it up. I could free it up just by opening my hand and dropping my luggage and moving forward without it. For some of you this is going to sound like a great idea and you're going to try it. Remember, you have a habit of holding onto that luggage. It's going to be very easy to say I put it down, but I need it near me. I don't know if I'm comfortable in my energy field with that luggage being out of my hand because it is so familiar, like your hand wants to feel the luggage in it, so you want to pick it up again. You're going to keep trying to pick it up again, but what you're going to need to do is break the habit of deciding that you're broken because of that experience. Because all of these experiences you're having in your life is to find out that your soul and the truth of who you are transcends all of this stuff. There is a point in time where you could say I'm done with it as an issue. I choose not to allow it to energetically be in my field to define me anymore, and what can I do to experience life without that? As you find yourself in your mind and your emotions wanting to pick up that luggage again, remind yourself to put it down. Remind yourself that you are an eternal being who had that experience, in this dimension, and yet you are beyond that experience, and so all you need to do is set it down. It is that easy. Some of you are going to love this idea and embrace it and move through things in ways that you never thought you could as you hear this, because you're being given permission to not need to dig in and heal it. You're just going to let it go. It's going to be the most freeing thing you've ever heard in your life. For some of you are going to be doubtful about this and think it's going to work and discount everything that's being said, and we would say enjoy the healing journey then, and that's absolutely fine. Some of you are going to be in the middle, kind of skeptical. Maybe you'll try it and you'll see that it works. Want to pick up the luggage again and kind of vacillate back and forth until you find your way with it. All of it is okay, but we're going to put out there for many of you to just release the burden, and that's where the healing and transformation happens, because you energetically have decided not to need to keep resurrecting it anymore in the name of healing, and you're just going to let it be. We know this is very profound and this is going to push many of your buttons, yet it's time for you to hear this. It's time for you to hear that healing and transformation is as easy as that. For some of you this is going to be a big breakthrough and you're just going to have a ball with it. For that we bless each and every one of you in whatever your decisions are on your journey. Be blessed. We are the High Council of Orion.